Hematology, I am not going to waste too much of time. Again, our own faculty Sumit has done a wonderful recall session. You can actually watch that. This is a bit nephro also. In multiple myeloma, why is the anion gap low? I have told this, no, the total cations in the body is equal to total anions. Measured cations plus unmeasured cations is equal to measured anions plus unmeasured anions. Measured cation minus measured anion is equal to unmeasured anion minus unmeasured cation, or anion gap is equal to unmeasured anion minus unmeasured cation. Correct. And because M protein is an unmeasured cation, you will have unmeasured cation increasing here, anion gap is low here. Vitamin toxicity causing bleeding with vitamin K antagonist. Yeah, of course, everybody knows this. Vitamin E. Image to show Dutcher body, Russell body, back pain, fatigue, myeloma, pakka question, no? Nothing much to discuss over here. Again, all the prognostic factors in myeloma, please study, and beta to microglobulin, which they keep on asking time and again, and all the good prognosis, bad prognosis, etc. JAK2 mutation polycythemia rubra vera, which is characterized by increased RBCs. Actually, everything is there, but of that, the most important one is increased RBC. Sickle cell trait, which is a genetic question, which is autosomal recessive. Peripheral smear flow cytometry with lymphadenopathy, classical pattern of CLL. Yes, classical pattern of CLL. And I have told you right from the beginning, how to look into a naive B cell, what are the identifying features of a naive B cell, how do you differentiate CLL from a mantle zone lymphoma. You can actually see all that. And the AML, I think each and everyone will be knowing this. This famous 7+3, which is there for ages together. That is your cytarabine daunorubicin regime, and that is your 7 days Aracey plus 3 days daunorubicin. Which vitamin deficiency can actually cause bleeding? Vitamin K deficiency and vitamin C deficiency are two things. Classical Rakunai question on amyloidosis, again asked for the exam. All these are very, very easy. Hemolytic anemia, which is there. That's what I'm saying. No? Even if you don't study any of these chapters, nothing much will happen to you. The rank is going to be more or less determined by how much of knowledge you have with respect to those 5 subjects. And inside that, this time around, 2 very, very important subjects, neurology and endocrine. Please do watch the cardiology recall by Nishant and neurology recall by Bashak to get a bigger understanding on that. This is the only so-called question in our entire hematology which was a little tough, because if you don't know this, you may not answer. DLBCL, which is true. Many people in DLBCL don't come in stage 1, stage 2. Majority people come in towards the late stage 3, 4 only, because in 3 weeks, 4 weeks time, this lymph node will grow big. So it's very hard to get a patient in the initial stage, which I think we have discussed. Erythroderma, yes, MBBS level question, cutaneous T-cell lymphoma, Sézary syndrome and all that. I think all of you will be knowing this. Pulmonology and critical care, again we had a few random questions which were very easy, which has not been a criteria for ARDS. ARDS is non-cardiogenic pulmonary edema, everybody knows this. Non-cache-shedding granuloma is berylliosis, again everybody knows this. Transitive effusion, X-ray effusion in pleural effusion, I have done a chart on that, and you know this time the answer for this is myxedema, which is transitive. Patient with TB, copious foul smelling sputum, about which lung X-ray finding is copious foul smelling sputum, TB patient, lung abscess, classical question. Then HCO3 28, PCO2 36, you are having both sides alkalosis, and so this is actually speaking of respiratory alkalosis with the metabolic alkalosis. That was the correct option. Okay, respiratory alkalosis with the metabolic alkalosis. Pregnancy, pulmonary embolism, V/Q scan, I think all of you know that. And I have not done any V/Q scan, I have not seen also, but it's a classical teaching. Gold criteria, exacerbation is LABA-LAMA combo. Again, please go and see that. Everywhere we see LABA-LAMA combo, and steroids are used only if there is eosinophilia. Okay, so all these are actually speaking very easy questions. Pneumothorax question was also there, which is also very, very obvious. ABPA question was there, and ABPA we have done a module, and it's typically characterized by fleeting opacities. Omalizumab is the treatment of choice, is wrong. It is steroid. Precipitants are always positive, no. Type 2+3 hypersensitivity, it is 1+3 hypersensitivity. Farmer is presenting with V's and all that, hypersensitivity pneumonitis. Okay, what we call as extrinsic allergic alveolitis. So again, lung questions and all basic videos if you have watched, they'll never go into any detailing. Lung questions, blood questions are all very simple. No specialty level understanding required from there. Rheumatology also no specialty level understanding required. Gastro also no specialty level understanding required. But the other 5 chapters you have to be going in detail, especially endocrine and neuro. Infectious disease is going to be tough. It is tough only. It is mostly testing your MBBS level understanding. When PG level, we would have forgotten this. Coxiella burnetii endocarditis, what is a drug of choice? What question is this? How can somebody study this? You can watch infective endocarditis module where we have mentioned about even HASEC group, but nobody has correctly taught Coxiella burnetii. The answer is doxycycline plus HCQ, but it's a very, very tough question. So these kind of questions are going to be tough for everyone, including the Ambler classification and all that, STDs and all that. So that's why we've asked Ankit to actually do a specific set of videos under high yield, which will be released very soon, where we will have a chapter by chapter coverage from Harrison, just trying to cater to those questions, which are microbiology questions, which are all, see, if this question comes to MBBS student, final year student, or entrance going NEET PG student, he will answer just like that, because there the first thing taught is no lymph node, market as donor. So there he will, but here you may not be able to. So we will do a little bit more high yield series. Candida also, there was a question where they said that glabrata is something that is mostly responsive to us also. Glabrata requires echinocandidates. Induction treatment for cryptococcal meningitis, amphotericin B plus flucytosine. This I think many people got it as right. Pontic fever is influenza-like illness which is produced by Legionella without pneumonia. We have the Legionnaire pneumonia, which is the more serious one, and the milder form of Legionella, which is called Pontic. This I have discussed alongside with pneumonia. Clostridium difficile answer, some history was given, is always oral vancomycin. Okay, this under gastro I have taught. It's very simple question also. No role for IV vancomycin. We can add oral vancomycin to IV metronidazole in more severe cases, and in mild to moderate cases even fidaxomicin is okay. So that's a more direct question. This again is tough. Latent syphilis with continued CNS involvement, what penicillin to give and all, again is STD. It's definitely under dermatology, not under medicine. So again, that's the reason why people who study for MD finals, because they will be seeing a bit of derm and bit of psychiatry, they will answer this very easily. Others may not be able to answer. So this I have understood. That is the one review that I got from the students. You can always get back to me with what you want to be added to our high yield SS package. So two things that I'm planning to add are, number one, of course, is biostatistics, which will be released very quickly. Second is gastro and pulmo high yield series videos, which are not there currently. And third one is to do a chapter by chapter review of infectious diseases under Harrison, to try and get to every nook and corner. But how many nook and corners are there? Is it possible for us to study all these things? Is again another question. But from our side, we'll try to complete that. Coccobacilli, gram negative, non-glucose fermenting. So non-glucose fermenting means it boils down to Acinetobacter baumannii and Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Pseudomonas aeruginosa is oxidase positive. So Acinetobacter baumannii is oxidase negative. This is the answer. What question is this? It's a Vakka microbiology question. Can we prepare and go for all these things? No, we cannot prepare. We just have to understand that those kind of things will come. Tomorrow they may ask another question. The rank determining questions like the ones we discussed under endocrine, we should be able to cater to. HIV patient with the cryptococcosis, that's an easy question because yeast was already given. Okay, this question has been discussed under gastro also, treatment of Whipple's disease. So these are answerable questions. And then of course last one is listeria, and listeria you know is always equal to ampicillin. Listeria are intrinsically resistant to cephalosporins. Drug of choice is always ampicillin. Piptas, and this question was basically on time dependent killing and concentration dependent killing. Aminoglycosides have concentration dependent killing, so give all the dose at one single point in time. Beta lactams generally have a time dependent killing, which means try to give multiple doses. That's why piptas you give us 4.5 gram 4 times, and in renal failure 2 times. That's because you have time dependent killing. So it's all basic things. That's what I'm saying now. How to prepare for that is a big question mark. Even if I'm telling you I'm going to give you the best package for NEET SS and will teach you every nook and corner, so more as another nook and corner may come. So we can only try and study up to a level. Next level is our common sense and our basic understanding. So how much can we prepare? We can watch medicine videos, properly medicine videos we can watch. We can watch the high yield series videos, and of course we can study a bit of genetics and biostatistics, that is actually speaking uploaded, so that we can try and see. That's it. So if entering final year of MD DNB, strong preparation for final exam with cardio and neuros by side, because anyway you have to prepare for cardio and neuro for your exam in detail. If you do that preparation by the side, you are well and truly on. That's the reason why 90% of toppers are freshers or people who have finished last year, who just wanted to take a break, again are very much in sync with this and have gone on. Post-exam high yield series is the basic fillip. That means you give your final MD exam, then watch the high yield series, more than enough. And along with that, something that has been added to our basic core curriculum is a 35-hour medicine revision package. So that will be now uploaded in the SSR. So people who don't have any time and are working and are extremely busy and all, they can revise entire medicine inside 35 hours. So all the chapters, chapter by chapter, I have done to do a revision, try to do a revision. So basically that's it. And if you are a dropper or starting again, be thorough with medicine and always focus on these 3 chapters. 5 I told you, out of which as per last year's exam, these 3, this I would rank as number 1 for last year because it was very tough. Second, endocrine, not tough but rank determining. And 3, cardiology, which is also not very tough, but if you don't know, if you don't have that idea, you cannot answer. That's a problem with cardio. So these have been the questions, and other two endocrine questions have been discussed by Nishant. One question is on hypophosphatemia refeeding syndrome. That's actually an endocrine question, cardiology also, because heart failure was the presentation. Then on postural tachycardia syndrome, POTS, that is also endocrine, because endocrine we check for that. No? So heart rate more than 30 is the answer there. Then of course sarcoid. Sarcoid, we have this basal segments getting involved and granulomas going and hitting on the conduction system, producing conduction blocks. So those three things you can actually see Nishant discussing. Okay, so this in nutshell was basically our NEET SS 2023 recap. What I have tried to do here is to give you an overview on basically what the whole NEET SS exam is, and our 2 cents, not advice, because I think it's at this age it's not practical to advise anyone, but my 2 cents of information on this exam, how the exam has been. More or less this is the same way the exam is likely to be next year also. Mostly going to have clinical questions, additional things that we have to study. Everything will be incorporated under this high yield series. So you just happily relax, like the pilot announces, no? You just relax, chill and enjoy the flight. So you just enjoy the whole process. Don't get too overstressed about this, because it's nothing like that. DM is not a necessity, it's more of a choice. And you need not have very focused preparation and all. You can prepare at a basically relaxed level, know what are the key areas and study that properly. So watch medicine videos. If no time, watch the high yield series, watch the revision videos, then go into the high yield series and know that these are the core zones as far as the whole exam is concerned. Thank you.